Welcome to Decoded Frontier Big News in the crypto world. Donald Trump has announced the creation of a U.S. strategic crypto reserve, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other top coins. This decision has already sent shockwaves through the market. What does this mean for the future of crypto and the U.S. dollar? Let's dive in. Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to be diving into President Trump's recent crypto announcement. I guess you could say bombshell announcement. It was about a strategic crypto reserve for the United States. So it's March 2nd, 2025, and the crypto world is still kind of reeling from this news. Prices just went crazy after Trump posted on Truth Social about this. XRP shot up 33%, Solana's SOL token jumped 25%, and Cardano's ADA coin, it went up a crazy amount, a mind-blowing 60% increase. Clearly, this is a big deal. But what does it all actually mean? That's what we'll be exploring today. By the end of this deep dive, you'll not only understand what's going on, you'll also get a sense of the potential implications. Implications for the U.S. and the future of finance.
Yeah, it really is fascinating to see this level of government involvement in the crypto space. And it's interesting, this move from a stockpile, which is what Trump first talked about at the Bitcoin 2024 conference, to a reserve signals a way more proactive approach. A stockpile would just be holding existing assets. But a reserve suggests actively buying and managing crypto. That shift right there, that's what's causing such a stir.
So it's more than just the U.S. stashing some Bitcoin away just in case. It's about the U.S. potentially becoming a major player in the crypto market.
Exactly. And Trump's not being quiet about this, not shy at all about his ambitions for this. He said on Truth Social, "I will make sure the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world." And then he followed that up with, "I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum." And he specifically mentioned wanting Bitcoin, BTC, Ether, ETH, XRP, Solana, SOL, and Cardano, ADA, in this reserve.
Okay, so crypto capital of the world. What could that actually look like?
Well, it's still unclear what the long-term vision is here, but there are definitely a few possibilities. One scenario is that the U.S. leverages this reserve to influence global financial standards related to crypto. Like imagine a world when the U.S. dollar is backed by a basket of digital assets, similar to how some countries back their currencies with gold.
That's a huge shift. It would completely change the way we think about money. And its value.
Absolutely. Another possibility is that the U.S. uses this reserve to attract crypto businesses and investment, like creating a crypto Silicon Valley in the U.S. That could lead to a surge in innovation and technological advancement in the crypto space.
Okay, but wait. Wouldn't a government-controlled crypto reserve completely contradict the decentralized nature of crypto itself?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that one of the core principles that drew people to it in the first place?
That's a great point. You've hit on the major point of contention here. There's a real tension here between the government's desire for control and the decentralized ethos of crypto. It's causing a lot of debate within the crypto community.
So who are the key players in this debate, and what are their main arguments?
Well, you've got the Bitcoin maximalists. They believe that Bitcoin is the only truly decentralized and secure cryptocurrency. They think that the U.S. should focus only on Bitcoin and avoid diluting the reserve with other assets that could be riskier.
To then the purists.
Exactly. Then you have the digital asset advocates. They believe that a diversified crypto portfolio is essential for capturing the full potential of this evolving technology. They argue that including assets like Ether, which power smart contracts and decentralized applications, could position the U.S. for greater innovation and economic growth.
So they're more open to the broader spectrum of cryptocurrency.
Yep. And then you have the skeptics. They are wary of any government involvement in crypto. They worry that a government-controlled reserve could lead to market manipulation, stifle innovation, and ultimately undermine the very principles that make crypto so attractive.
They're the voice of caution, then.
Precisely. They're urging everyone to proceed with caution and to critically evaluate the potential consequences of this move.
Okay, so it seems like a lot is riding on this upcoming White House Crypto Summit on Friday, March 7th. What kind of information are people hoping to get from that?
Well, there are a lot of unanswered questions right now, like how will the reserve actually function? What criteria will be used to select assets? What safeguards will be put in place to prevent market manipulation or abuse?
And, of course, the big question, how will all of this impact the U.S. dollar and its role in the global financial system?
Yeah, that's the big one. That's the million-dollar question, and it's something we'll be exploring in more detail later in this deep dive. You know, before we jump into all that, all those potential global implications. Let's take a look at what happened right after Trump made the announcement. The crypto market reacted. Well, let's just say dramatically. Bitcoin surged 10%. to $94,343.82. And that's after it had recently dipped below $80,000. Ether wasn't too far behind. It gained 13%. And those numbers we talked about before. For XRP, Solana, and Cardano, that's just the market trying to price in what a U.S. crypto reserve could actually mean.
Yeah, it's like everyone's trying to get ahead of the game, trying to anticipate what this could mean for certain coins. But it does make you wonder, why does the crypto market seem so sensitive to this kind of news?
Well, I think there are a few things going on here. First of all, the crypto market is still pretty young, especially compared to traditional markets. And it's just more volatile by nature. Prices often fluctuate wildly based on speculation and sentiment. Then you add in the whole decentralized nature of crypto. And the entry of a major government player like the U.S., it creates a lot of uncertainty.
So you've got some investors who are excited by the potential for government legitimacy for crypto, and others are more worried about what increased regulation could mean.
Exactly. And until we know more, until we get more concrete details about how this reserve will be structured and how it's going to function, I think that uncertainty is going to stick around. That's why everybody's so focused on the White House Crypto Summit on Friday.
Yeah, that makes sense. And speaking of the summit, besides all the details of the reserve itself, like how it will work, what other big topics do you think might be addressed?
Well, I think discussions on regulatory frameworks are going to be big. How will the U.S. government balance its desire for oversight? With that whole decentralized ethos of crypto, will we see new laws? Or even new agencies specifically designed to regulate this reserve?
And what about keeping all this safe? What about the security of all these digital assets? Cybersecurity is a huge concern in the crypto world.
Absolutely. I mean, a crypto reserve of this size, that would be a prime target for hackers. So yeah, I'm sure there will be conversations about the technological infrastructure and the security protocols needed to keep everything safe.
All really important questions. It'll be interesting to see how they're addressed. But let's shift gears for a minute. Let's think about what this means for the average person. What could a U.S. crypto reserve mean for someone who's thinking about investing in crypto? Or someone who's just curious about how this might affect them?
Well, if this reserve actually works, one potential outcome is that cryptocurrencies become way more mainstream. Imagine a future where you can just use Bitcoin or Ether to pay for things, just like you use dollars today.
That would be huge. It would make crypto feel more real, more tangible and accessible.
And with that increased adoption, you could see a lot more financial inclusion. Crypto can reach people who can't use traditional financial systems, particularly in developing countries, and a U.S.-backed crypto reserve could help that happen even faster, providing access to financial services for millions of people.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. It could have a real social impact, but of course there are always two sides to every coin. What about the potential downsides, the risks?
One concern is market manipulation. A government with this much crypto, they could potentially influence prices to benefit themselves. That could really hurt other investors and undermine the idea of a free and open market.
So it comes down to trust and transparency. How can the U.S. government prove to people that this reserve won't be used for their own gain, that it won't be used at the expense of others?
That's the big question, and it's one that the government needs to answer if they want people to support this. There's also the issue of unintended consequences. Crypto, it's still pretty new. It's a complex technology. We really don't know how this reserve will affect the existing financial system or what kind of unexpected problems it might create.
It's like we're going into a whole new era of finance.
Right.
And we're still figuring things out as we go. There are bound to be some hiccups along the way.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to be cautious, but also optimistic and a little bit skeptical. We need to stay informed, talk about all this, and be ready to adapt as things change.
So we've talked about a lot in this deep dive, everything from Trump's announcement to what this could mean for the U.S. and for the world's financial system. But there's one big thing we haven't really talked about yet. What about the U.S. dollar? Could a U.S. crypto reserve actually hurt the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency?
That's the question everyone's asking. A lot of economists and policymakers are worried about that. I mean, the dollar has been so dominant in the global financial system for decades. But now with crypto becoming more popular and this U.S. crypto reserve, it's a whole new challenge to that dominance.
So how could this crypto reserve affect the dollar?
Well, one thing that could happen is that if the U.S. becomes the crypto capital of the world like Trump wants, then people might start wanting cryptocurrencies more, especially the ones in the reserve, and that demand could end up hurting the dollar.
So people might start seeing cryptos better than the dollar.
Great. maybe the more stable store of value. And that could change how money moves around the world, right?
I see.
But there's another side to this. It's also possible that a US crypto reserve could actually help the dollar. Think about it. What if the dollar was backed by regular assets and cryptocurrencies? That could make the dollar stronger, more resilient.
Like giving the dollar an upgrade.
Exactly, making it more adaptable to how finance is changing. But then again, the crypto market is still small compared to the global currency market, so maybe your US crypto reserve won't change that much. At least not right away.
So it's really hard to say what will happen to the dollar.
Yeah. There are just too many things we don't know yet. We're in uncharted waters, and things are changing all the time. That's why it's so important to watch this closely. The choices made today about crypto, they change everything about finance.
So, for everyone listening, the big takeaway here is to pay attention. Learn about crypto. What are the benefits? What are the risks? Think about how all of this could affect you.
It's not just about money and technology. It's about how money itself is evolving and who has the power in the world.
We've just scratched the surface of this. But hopefully you have a better idea now of what's going on. The crypto world is full of uncertainty, but also full of possibilities. It's up to all of us to figure out how to handle this responsibly and with our eyes wide open. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.